everyone, how's it going? IntoWeapons back again with you. We got a really cool gun to share with you today. My buddy picked up a Smith&Wesson SW22 Victory. We have my Browning Buckmark out here to compare with, but first and foremost, just wanted to give you an overview of what it looks like and some of the specs on it. And it is a gorgeous looking pistol here. Obviously, it's a semi-auto. It's by Smith&Wesson. Again, the model number is SW22. It runs about $409 MSRP, but I believe you can get them around $375 plus tax. So a fairly good deal and competitive to the other semi-auto pistols like it on the market. So again, very competitively priced. The SKU is 108490. It has a 10+1 round capacity with a magazine here, and I'll show you one of these guys. Very standard, as you can imagine. I believe it probably is compatible with the 22A by Smith&Wesson, but I'm not 100% sure on that. The 22A was discontinued by them, and I'm assuming this is kind of the replacement for that. I really like this gun, again, for the looks of it. Single action, 5.5 inches in the barrel length. It's got green fiber optic sights there on the rear, as you can see, and those are adjustable, fully adjustable, which is really nice, just like the Buckmark. And fiber optic on the front sight there, which is really nice. My Buckmark doesn't have fiber optic on the back, it only has it on the front. That was a special upgrade for that model that I bought, but with those fiber optic sights, that really does improve accuracy as you're shooting, especially in low light conditions. It'll pick that light up even in good light conditions and really make that target pop and those dots pop on that target. So those are some really cool features of it. It has it's mostly made out of the polymer for the grips there. It's 36 ounces, 9.2 inches in total length, 1.1 inches wide. It's very similar to the Buckmark. We laid it side by side. There's just a couple minor variances. It's got a 5.6 inch overall height, and as you can see, the rest of the body here is just stainless steel. As we put it up to the Buckmark, we noticed a couple different differences. The grip itself, it doesn't kind of go out towards the bottom here. It doesn't flare out, it flares in. It's a little bit rounder. It's got a little bit of more of a bulbous look to it. So it kind of fits in your hand more like a baseball instead of a golf club, which is kind of nice. For a person with bigger hands, I think it's a little bit more comfortable. At least that's what my buddy says, and that's kind of why he went towards this one. As you can see, it's got some really nice stippling there on the grips, which is really cool. You're able to get a nice grip on that, as well as in the back. It kind of has a line texture there, if you can see that, which is really nice. It's able to get a grip on that really nicely. So that was one difference we noticed between the two. The other difference was the size of the trigger well here. This one had a much larger trigger well, and I'm assuming that's mainly to allow or accommodate for a gloved finger. And I don't know if that's something that you're allowed to do in tournaments or not, but it's certainly nice that you have that option. If you are in a cold weather condition, you can wear a glove, you can stick your finger through the trigger well and have enough room to operate that. The other thing that we noticed besides that was just the difference in the structure of the receiver here. As you can see, it kind of has a stainless steel housing on the outside and a slide that travels back and forth on the inside here, and I'll demonstrate that action here with the slide release. You can see it kind of houses it, pulls it back into that, and then it slides back out, and that's kind of your action right there. So that's kind of an interesting design as compared to the Buckmark, where the whole slide, the whole frame is essentially the slide, and the whole thing kind of travels backwards. So you have a kind of more of an ability there not to have things catch up on there, gloves, whatever else, shirts, fingers, hair, whatever the case may be. I figured the less moving parts that are exposed, the better, and that's a nice feature that I like. Not only that, but it gives you a really nice look to it as well. It's a very solid design. As you can see, it has that bull barrel, and it kind of slides into that bull barrel very nicely. So we're gonna go put some rounds through it, guys. We got a variety of ammunition here to see if we're able to get any kind of malfunctions. We got Winchester white box here, 333 round count. We have some Federal, you can see there. We have CCI 22. This is one of them smaller boxes there. We have this stuff. It's kind of interesting, some Wolf. You don't see that on the market too much, so that'll be interesting to see if it runs. And typically I don't have any troubles with this, and I think he's got solid and hollow points, the CCI mini mags. And that should be it, guys. So we'll go ahead and throw some rounds in it and see how she runs. Alright, guys, what we're going to do here is we have the Buckmark. We got the S&W SW22. We're going to have to get used to saying that. And we got multiple ammos in each magazine loaded up. And what we're going to start with is 2 rounds of the Federal, I believe, here. Then we got 2 rounds of the CCI 22 LR there. You can see that. We got 2 rounds of the Stinger CCI, 2 rounds of the Mini Mag CCI, and then 2 rounds of the Hollow Point CCI. So we'll go ahead and run both through each. I'm going to do the bottom target on the left for the first gun, middle target on the bottom for the second gun, and we'll do a little bit of accuracy as we do this as well. Start with the Buckmark, bottom left target. No malfunctions. Looks like we're pretty much dead on for bullseyes there. We'll go ahead and run the SW22, and that'll be on the middle bottom target. I can see I already have a little bit of a malfunction here. If you can see there, the first round there kind of got jammed up on the feed ramp there into the chamber. We'll see if we can kind of hammer that in there. Looks like it's not going to, so I'm going to drop the magazine here. Lost the round there, so we're going to call that first one. And actually, it looks like that may have been, apologize guys, that might have been this stuff here, the CCI copper-plated hollow. Now let's take a closer look at those targets real quick. Again, Buckmark on the bottom left, and you got the SW22 on the bottom right. Both fairly good groups.